Hey everyone, today we're going to be using ChatGPT to analyze materials price variance and materials quantity variance. This is something we usually use in managerial accounting just to see how efficient our production is running. And so the first thing you want to do is clear your chat and upload your data file. Then we'll ask it to display the last 5 lines of data. And this is just to make sure that ChatGPT is not being lazy and actually reading the entire data set. Sweet. Once we know it's gotten through the entire set, we can go ahead and prompt it to calculate materials quantity variance. And you can see we actually give it the equation in this prompt because there's 2 ways to do it. Some firms like to put standard in front of quantity, and technically it's right, you can do it both ways, but it just changes the way you look at the output. And in this case, a negative output or a negative variance is favorable because the amount we actually used is less than the standard, which is good. If you did it the other way around, you would just have to remember that a negative would be favorable, or a negative would be unfavorable in the case we did it the other way. And you see, it's not actually going to give us the entire data set. It's a little lazy, but this is just really to make sure that it's not skipping the understand step before it starts creating stuff. So if you give it a basis, it kind of understands what it's doing before it creates. And the next step we'll do is prompt it to calculate materials price variance using the same format. And again, it's probably not going to give you the entire data set, but at least it knows what it's doing now. The next step is we'll create a visualization. And I think a bar chart is the best way to go with this kind of measurement. And it actually spits out a pretty cool looking graph. As you can see, a lot of the lines here are positive, meaning that we have a lot of unfavorable variances. And so just taking one glance at that, we already know that we're kind of running into some trouble through our production. Then we can go ask ChatGPT to forecast the next 3 months or so that we can make decisions on forward-looking data. Yep, and it looks like our future forecasted data, our variances, are positive. So this means the next 3 months are also unfavorable. This gives managers a good idea of what's going on with their variances. And then we can ask ChatGPT to kind of explain what's going on instead of just looking at what's going on. And so it looks like it confirms what we thought. Unfavorable price variances, quantity variances. It kind of gives us maybe an idea of why, and then it gives us a couple of solutions to maybe fix this. The next thing we'll do is display all the prompts we used in the chat. Nice. So the next steps is to take a screenshot of this bar chart, take a screenshot of this forecasted table, upload the prompts you used, and answer any of the questions provided. And that completes this lab.